She's not telling you with words, but her body, her pauses, and even the way she breathes are screaming it. Most men think desire is about lust or flirting. They're wrong. Desire lives in the hidden signals you barely notice, and missing them is the difference between intimacy and being stuck on the friend zone loop forever. Here's the truth. A woman rarely says, "I want you." Instead, she gives tiny, almost invisible hints. Maybe she lingers in your personal space longer than necessary, or her eyes find yours when no one else is looking. The way she touches her hair, her lips, her neck, even subconsciously, is a breadcrumb trail she leaves only for the right man to follow. But here's the catch. Most men either overthink or completely ignore these signs. They try to force words, or worse, misread innocence as rejection. A woman's desire isn't loud, it's coded. And it's not just physical. She's giving you a glimpse of her vulnerability, her curiosity, her need to be understood without words. This is the doorway, and if you don't recognize it, she'll pull it back faster than you realize. Notice the micro moments. The way her laugh softens when you joke, the subtle shift of her body toward you, or how she remembers what you said days ago. These are not coincidences. They are invitations disguised as ordinary interactions, and the man who can read them doesn't need to ask. He already knows she's ready to give herself in a way words could never express. Most men chase what they see and ignore what they feel, but a woman's desire isn't in her lips or body, it's in her nervous system. She signals it through subtle shifts, a pause before answering your question, a softened gaze when your hand brushes near hers, the way her energy subtly leans into yours even when she's pretending to look away. These are invisible codes, meant to test if you're awake enough to notice. Here's what most men miss. She wants to give herself, but she's terrified of the wrong kind of man taking it, so she hides it. A small smile, a sigh that doesn't quite leave her lips, a hand that lingers just slightly. These are her invitations wrapped in caution. If you can't read the nuance, you'll mistake her signals for friendliness or politeness. Desire is about tension, not immediacy. A woman builds it through ambiguity, knowing that the right man will see the signal and approach with confidence without forcing it. She wants curiosity, patience, and emotional intelligence. The men who fail, they either push too hard or pull away too soon. The truth is brutal. If you ignore these micro signals, she will eventually give up, retreating behind a wall of politeness and rationality. But if you understand them, you don't need words. You become the man who understands her without her explaining, the one she secretly wants but will never outright admit. These hidden signs are her gift, and only the few who are perceptive, patient, and emotionally aware will claim it. She won't say it, but her body, mind, and actions betray her. Signal 1, her attention. It's rare, focused, and unwavering. She notices details about you, your mood, the way your voice changes, the things you thought were invisible. Signal 2, proximity. She positions herself closer than necessary, brushes past you intentionally, lingers near your presence in ways that feel almost accidental but are carefully subconscious. Signal 3, vulnerability. She lets slip the smallest cracks in her armor. A fleeting confession, a story of pain, a joke she normally wouldn't share. If she's doing this around you, she's testing whether you're safe enough to handle more. Signal 4, playfulness with tension. She flirts with the edge, teasing, challenging, even mildly provoking, but never crossing her inner line. This is her way of inviting you into her inner world without saying a word. Signal 5, the touch that isn't touch. Her hand on your shoulder, a brush of her fingers on yours, a lingering hug that stays a beat too long. It's deliberate, charged, and she's giving herself in ways most men can't even comprehend. Signal 6, consistency without words. She shows up in your life, repeatedly, in small ways. It's not obligation. It's a quiet, steady signal of interest, a pulse you can feel if you're awake. These are not coincidences. They are her secret language, a map leading to the heart she's too cautious to speak out loud. Only a man who sees, understands, and responds with patience can decode it. Miss these signals, and she'll retreat. Read them, and you step into a rare intimacy most men never experience. Here's the truth no one tells you. A woman's desire isn't about your looks, your money, or even your charm. It's about presence, understanding, and the rare ability to see what she cannot say. She tests, she hides, she hints, and the right man doesn't need her to speak. He feels it. He reads the subtle rhythms of her body, the micro pauses in her speech, the secret signs that would escape 99% of men. But there's a danger. Most men panic. They overreach, misread, or freeze. Desire vanishes when you treat her signals as puzzles to solve instead of invitations to respond with awareness. She's giving herself in ways words can't capture, and it's fleeting. One wrong move, one misread, and it disappears into thin air, replaced by rational distance. The men who succeed are patient, confident, and alert. They respond to the invisible, the unsaid, the delicate tension that signals her readiness. They step in when others step back. They hold themselves steady when others chase recklessly. This is mastery over attraction, the kind of understanding most men never achieve. Now here's a personal test. Imagine you notice the 6 signs we just explored. Multiply the moments of vulnerability she shares by the times she seeks your presence without asking. Add the number of subtle touches and the quiet consistency she shows. That sum, what does it tell you about your readiness to meet her where she secretly wants to be? Write your answer in the comments, and while you're there, like this video, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Don't just watch, decode, understand, and act.